What is up, YouTube? How the heck is everyone doing today? I hope you're having an amazing, awesome, blessed day today. I sure am. As you guys saw from the video, we got a baby Sulcata tortoise today, which is absolutely awesome. My friend's been holding on to him or her for a very long time for me, and I'm very grateful, super excited to have one into the collection. And I know you guys probably are excited to see him and get into it. And I'm excited to show you guys off. I'm gonna be showing you an enclosure setup. I'll temporarily be having them in until I get some upgraded enclosures. But got some animals to take care of course. Got snakes to feed. So let's feed some snakes and get right into the tortoise adventure. So first things first, I wanna show you guys a little bit of update on the reptile room. So what I did is we got this nice little silver rack in, and I actually lowered this shelf that you see, this third shelf. So instead of it being at the very top, I lowered it to about almost like a third of the way down so I can stack Ivory's enclosure on top. So now we have 3 enclosures stacked on top of here, which is actually really cool. It gives a lot of space and is nice and organized. And I want to show you guys something really cool. Over here, I actually finally got some shelves put in for the reptile room so I can take some of these nice sheds and like skulls and different like teeth and these really nice painting arts and have them kind of displayed up onto these shelves, which I think would be a really cool addition to the reptile room. It just look really nice. It'd be just really clean. It just kind of goes with the theme of reptiles, of course. But what I wanted to show you guys before we get into the feeding for reptiles is how big Arbok has been getting. He's been growing very fast. And my guy here has grown some attitude too. Now he's not being aggressive or anything, but he has a ridiculously huge feeding response. Let's see if I can get him. Come here. Come here. Can you move for me? Thank you. Watch. I pick him up. Come here. Come on. Come on out. See how he just shoots out? Come on. Come out so I can get you. Let me show people how big you've gotten. Yeah, you see how he turns his head? Hi. What? Come on. There we go. Now we got him out. Come on. Look at that. Just show you guys how big Arbok's gone. He's probably a solid 2.5 feet now. And now with false water cobras, they can easily get up to like 5, possibly like 6 feet. Some huge ones I've seen get up to about 6 feet, but on average they get up to about 5 feet, which is still a pretty good size for these guys. And he's still, what's awesome about him is that he's retaining all this beautiful like goldish blonde coloration patterns, which is awesome. And it actually seems like they're only getting brighter as he's getting bigger and older and kind of more defined, which is awesome because I absolutely love that gold color pattern. And his belly scales have that awesome like striped and polka dotted pattern as well. You can see at the lower end has striped, and then if he shows it there, the polka dot on his upper kind of close to his head. So just show you guys how big he's gone. Hi. Nope, you cannot go up into the shelf. So we'll put him back in here. And we got some rodents over here thawing for Shinji, the ball python, the new one I got from my last video, and for for Arbok. So let's get right into the snake feeding. So we got a nice little hopper for Joker. Not, why do I keep calling him Joker? For Arbok. Come on, bud. Look how psycho he goes for food. It's insane. Come on. Up here. There we go. And watch how psycho, and of course you try to eat it sideways. Why? Why you gotta make life a little bit harder for yourself, bud? But I was about to say he's a psycho eater, and he'll down it in easily like 15 seconds at most. But he decided to eat it sideways, so now it's gonna take him a little bit more time. But let's see if I can get that video So with false water cobras, they aren't a venomous snake species in which where if you got bit by them, it would kill you, but they do have a rear fang venom. So if you were to get bit by them when they're full grown, it'd be a little bit discomforting. Wouldn't kill you, you wouldn't have to go to the hospital, but you'll feel a little bit of discomfort. The only time it really affect you is if you're allergic to it. Watch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2.25, 1, and it's done. Ate that whole entire thing, and it's already down here already. I don't know if you guys are able to notice it, but the bulge, it's already right here. And it's all, I bet you within like 5 to 6 minutes, it's gonna be like almost halfway down this body. Colubrids, they have a hugely fast metabolism. Like, it is absolutely insane how fast their metabolism is. It really is insane, because they'll eat their food, poop the next day or two, which is very insane, but very easy to pick up. That's why I love colubrids so much, is because they're so easy to pick up. Feed, next day, poop, clean, bam. Everything's done for that cycle and already ready. And look, his foods are already down to right here. You can see it. See how fast that is? It's insane. Next up is Shinji. Wow, I can't pronounce anybody's name correct today. Next up is Shinji. Now, this guy here is my new ball python that I took in from a friend of mine. If you guys watched last video, he's my newest snake that I got in. As you can see, if you look at the top of his head, like right here, this first area, he's still in shed, so he may or may not take a rat from me. I believe he will, because of the fact that it's been a little while since he ate, since he was in shed, so I waited a little while for him. So hopefully he will take a rodent for me. There we go. Woo. Look at that. Already coiled around that. Took that with ease. So look how beautiful he is. Now this guy here is a pastel yellow, or a banana pastel yellow belly. So he has that bright orangish yellow, just gold bright colors, compared to Ghost, my other ball python, my original, my first one that I have at the other house. He's more of kind of like a darker goldish brown color, while Shinji's more on the opposite side of like a bright highlighted yellow. Super, super pretty. And now that we got the snakes taken care of that needed to get fed today, let's get right on to the tortoise, the main event. And now to show you guys what you were all waiting for, the new included animal into the collection, an animal that I've been waiting for a long time to have, and actually very excited to have, because they're absolutely cool. They're very iconic, and it's just very nostalgic for me to have one, is a baby Sulcata tortoise. And if you guys see, he's very small. He's a baby. He's basically the same size as the palm of my hand. And so what this guy is a Sulcata tortoise, or known as an African spurred tortoise. They're actually known to be the third largest tortoise species overall, but #1 largest mainland tortoise species, and largest tortoise species that you can legally have as a quote-unquote a pet without needing any sort of specific licensing, permits, any of that. Now these guys, when full grown, they can get up to 160 to sometimes 200 pounds and easily live up to 100 years, sometimes even older. So this little guy right here is not even a year old, and he's already the size of the palm of my hand. And it's just awesome to have one. It's very nostalgic, like I said, because of the fact that I've worked with them at my previous work. I've worked with them for 2+ years, you know, ranging from tiny little babies that were smaller than this, all the way up to having some that are bigger to up to like 100+ pounds. And they're absolutely awesome animals. And I know you guys may be thinking, well, what's the point of having an animal if it's gonna outlive you? Well, these guys are super, super cool. I have a lot of experience with these animals, so I know exactly what to do with them. And of course, when getting older, I know, you know, if this animal's gonna outlive me, I know somewhere in different places that I can rehabilitate it to, or relocate it to different sanctuaries and such. Now, the thing with Sulcata tortoises is the fact that a lot of them are unfortunately huge, massive pet surrenders because people get them as tiny little babies, thinking or being told that they're going to stay small and end up, what do you know, surprise, gets 200 pounds or live as long as you or your grandkids do. And because of that, a lot of people surrender them, of course. So these guys here also typically are, I believe, actually an endangered species because a lot of people pull them out from the wild to illegally breed them for pet trade, bring them into the country and sell them for money. And then that's when they tell people, oh, we're going to stay small so they can get the money. And then that's when the buyer ends up getting tricked, and then that's when they get surrendered. But this guy here was an animal that my friend was holding on to for me. She has 3 of her own, plus other tortoises and snakes and lizards, all sorts. But she ended up holding on to this little guy for me. So now we have him into the collection. Let's get his enclosure set up and ready for this little one. All right, so this is his for now enclosure that I have him in. This is probably close to like 35 gallon tank. And it has some forest floor bedding in here, which is nice, thick layered. Sulcata or tortoises in general are a terrestrial burrowing species, so this gives him some enrichment. Now, of course, as he gets bigger, I'm going to be upgrading his enclosure until at some point he'll be outside in my backyard where I'll have a nice barricaded in outdoor environment, outdoor enclosure for him that he'll live in on the nice perfect sun. But right now I have him just in here. I got this bedding nice and set up for him. Now all I have to do is just get the heat fixture, the heat lamp set up, and then a UVB strip set up for him, and then he's all ready to go with food dish, hide, water, all of that. Now got everything set up for him. I got him a nice little food dish, got him a little water dish to soak in or drink, and a nice little 100-watt basking light set up for him. And then later on I'll get that UVB strip ready for him. And so later, well, yeah, I just realized I ran out of space because it's not big enough, but that's okay. This is literally just temporary. That will only last maybe a week, and then he'll be in an upgraded enclosure. But here's, I'm putting him down real quick, but this is just a temporary. As you can see, like, compare him to the enclosure, this is still a pretty good size temporary enclosure for him. So just put him right in, slide this over, and it's a nice little I cannot talk today. It's a nice little top slide enclosure. You can just slide this right over and he's right in. Ta-da! So cool having these guys. Now, with Sulcata tortoises, a really good care diet for them is that when they're babies, their main diet's going to be greens and then vegetables, so like cucumbers, peppers, squash, zucchini, stuff like that. And then as they get bigger and as they get older, so when they get up to, 30 plus pounds, or not even, when they get about 15, 20 pounds, well, sorry guys, I should have angled that better. When they get up to about like 15 to 20 pounds is when they're going to be switching to more of a hay diet, because these guys are actually known to be nicknamed desert cows because they're opportunistic grazers. So what they'll do is that they're known to be on this African plain in the Saharan desert, where it's this little grassland strip where they'll graze off the grass just like cows, hence the name desert cows. So with that being said, as they get older, their diets, and as they get bigger, their diets will naturally change. Their nutrition will change to mainly hay, because that hay is going to be a lot more easier to absorb and won't flush out all the nutrients, causing them to have diarrhea and such. But this little water dish will help him soak for now. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll get him a nice little hide to put in here. I thought I had hides, but apparently, quite literally, everybody's using every single hide I currently have. So we'll just kind of let him acclimate in here for a little bit. I'm super excited to have them. They're such a cool species. As you can see, they're such a badass animal, man. They're so pretty. And I can't wait for later in the future to have other tortoise species like redfoots, cherryheads, yellowheads, or not yellowheads, but yellowfoot tortoises, all sorts. And they're absolutely awesome animals. And just look at that. I mean, how can you not like that? That's so cool. Look at this shell shining in the heat lamp. They're awesome. I absolutely love them, and they're
quite frankly, adorable.
So that's going to conclude the rest of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe, comment what you guys think of the new Sulcata Tortoise. For names wise, I've actually thought about naming him Torterra, which is a Pokemon to tortoise, so kind of match the theme since our box name is after a Pokemon. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just want to make a nice, quick, little, easy new animal video, and I actually got some really good news. Your boy yesterday just ordered 2 new 60-gallon, they're 48 by 24 by 12 ball python enclosures, which is going to be for Ivory, and the other one's probably going to be for Ghost or for Shinji. Not quite sure which one yet. Probably for Ghost, since he's due for an upgrade and I want to move him into the reptile room. But I ordered 2 new enclosures that are actually the same style as Pickle's enclosure. It's Doobie Habitat's enclosures. They are absolutely awesome. They're stackable enclosures, so I can't wait for that. It's gonna make the reptile room look so much more organized and clean, just with that all solid black crisp. It's gonna be awesome. But that's why I also said the Sulcata Tortoise enclosure is temporary, because I'm gonna be moving him into upgrade into Ivory's, which is 40-gallon, which is a lot bigger. But that's going to be next video. I'm excited for that. Finally getting somewhere with this reptile room. Got it built, getting the animals in. Now it's finally time to get this stuff organized and make it look nice and clean and crisp and just perfect. Just perfection. Can't wait to get it there. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like I said, stay tuned for the next one, because I promise you this next video is going to be absolutely awesome. And you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe, do what you love, follow your dreams, follow your passion, and see you on the next one.